What's up, guys? I hope you're all doing great. Many Canadians have become highly frustrated with Tim Hortons, and they're looking forward to the return of Dunkin Donuts to Canada. Now, Tim Hortons has been around for a very long time. They actually started in Canada since 1964. They have expanded massively, not only throughout Canada, but throughout the entire globe. And they have, generated a very loyal customer base, especially with Canada. Canadians, we love our double or 5 a.m. coffee. We like our, during the hockey season, Tim Hortons is synonymous with hockey. And so, Tim Hortons is synonymous with Canadian identity. But recently, people are really complaining about the quality of their food, poor service, and high prices. And the drum beats have become louder and louder and louder. But not only that, there's also complaints about the excessive hiring of temporary foreign workers, possibly because there's incentive, during that hiring practice. And Canadians are not happy at all. I myself, I love going to Tim Hortons. I've had very good experiences with Tim's. I love their French vanilla, their double. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but the coffee is usually high quality. But if you look on social media, there are so many complaints about getting the order wrong. Some people, they don't understand English properly, and the list goes on and on. Now, Tim Hortons has become fully aware of the problems and has recently announced that they're going to be hiring 10,000 Canadians versus temporary foreign workers. And also, they're going to be opening many stores. Now, is that enough to keep the Canadian public interested? Let me know in the comments. And now, Dunkin Donuts, which is an American company now, they actually used to be in Canada before Tim Hortons. Dunkin Donuts actually started in Canada, in Quebec in 1961, and they also expanded. But due to stiff competition from Tim Hortons during the expansion, late 90s and in the 2000s, then Dunkin Donuts failed to compete with Tim Hortons, and so they left Canada in 2018. That's when their last store closed. But now, because of the poor quality, poor service, and the complaints from the loyal customer base, Dunkin Donuts senses an opportunity to, be competitive with Tim Hortons. And so they're planning to expand into Canada again, starting at the end of 2026 through 2027. And so many Canadians remain very excited that there's some competition and some relief in sight to get them, real good quality coffee, fresh baked donuts. And so it's an exciting time for Canadians because their frustration has reached over the limits. And for myself, to be honest, I haven't really witnessed too many frustrations like that, probably because I don't go to Tim Hortons that often. But I have had my share of issues with Tim Hortons. I've had, many years ago, I've had my toast burnt, and when I complained about it, the lady actually picked up my toast, scraped it off, and said, "Is that good for you? Is that good enough for you?" I've had, sometimes when, for example, I'm in front of the line, they'll look past me and try to serve people behind me. So in that respect, yeah, I've had this type of frustration. So I do understand, where people are coming from. Everyone has your own experiences. And Tim Hortons is a great company. They've survived this long, so that means they've been doing things right for a very long time. But doing things right for a very long time and having people complain about your brand over and over again, it is going to cause some issues. It is going to cause disruption, and those cries, they are going to reach the ears of the competition, which they have with Dunkin Donuts. And, people love Dunkin Donuts. People have good experience with Dunkin Donuts. I'm sure they've been some issues, with their brand. But at this point in time, whenever you're frustrated with your current service provider or donut provider, you're going to be happy when an opportunity comes, in front of you for a next, opportunity. And so let's see what happens. Describe in the comments. Have you guys have any issues with Tim Hortons? Are you excited about the return of Dunkin Donuts? What are your thoughts on this? I mean, I myself, I don't remember going to Dunkin Donuts. I've been to Second Cup, and again, like I've said, I've been to Tim Hortons, and Tim Hortons still has really good food, in my opinion. They have good staff. I've been to one recently, close to a new area, and I've had very good service, very good, fresh food. So it's not every single location, but due to the frequent complaints, as I mentioned before, about the quality of the food, about the service, and expanding prices, people have become very sensitive to this issue, and they want consistency. They don't like to see changes in the issues that have been happening. And there has been changes. There have been changes also to the menu of Tim Hortons. They're now selling pizza, flatbreads, bread bowls, I believe chili, so many different things on the menu. And I believe people think that due to this diversity of the menu, or due to the diversification of the menu, they're not, able to focus on freshness that people are used to. They're not able to focus on what matters, fresh coffee, getting the menu or the orders right, forgetting to put napkins. Those small things add up to big complaints, big frustration, right? And I want to see Tim survive. I love when Canadian companies survive, but this is not about promoting or complaining about one or the other company. Okay, as a Canadian, yes, I want Tim to survive, but this is a objective video, about what is really going on. If you just look on social media or anywhere, these are real complaints, these are real issues, and this is what this channel is all about. So guys, thanks for watching. If you like topics like this, where we discuss issues that are affecting Canadians, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And please put in the comments, what are you most looking forward to on the Dunkin Donuts menu? Is it the sandwiches, the coffee, or fresh donuts? Thank you guys for watching.